A couple of teams here who began the year with wins. Let's see who can make it 2-0 as off we go in week 2. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
The Lakers take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's first and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. And his first pass falls incomplete. We'll try something else from the 27 this time. Second and 10.
Brings up second and 10.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. He's got it deep downfield. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Raiders take a 6-0 lead right away. Cam Little to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Raiders 7, Jets nothing. Cam Little the kickoff.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. To return this, Marcus Jones. And this gets out to the 30 before he stopped.
On the return, the Jets take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Jets getting ready for this first and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here. What he was able to do in support of that win.
Brings up second and 7.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's second and 7. They go again with Taylor. He did well to shake off one tackle partner, but the next one got him. He's going to lose yards. It's third and 8. Need to get a chunk here.
A loss of 1. Brings up third and 8.
Here he goes, third and long. That's complete inside the 35. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York. The Jets finish off their opening drive. That one splits the uprights. And the Jets start off well to tie things 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Starting from the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Now for the second time this game, we get a look at the Raiders offense. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Go! And first carry here for Ashton Genty. Cuts it to the right sideline. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of
one play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. Going to the ground again on first. Fighting his way through, but he lost the football. But I believe a Raider covered that one, so the Raiders hang on to possession. After a fortuitous recovery, this will be second down. Shotgun give here to Genty. He's going to be held up after gaining 2, so a little shy of that marker. Third down coming up.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up third and 2.
Throwing now on third and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders break the tie here in the first. Not even 2 minutes in, Brock, and they've already got 2 touchdowns up on that scoreboard.
Okay, even by the standard the elite offense set every season, this is some incredibly fast-paced scoring to begin a game. They got off the bus ready to roll at full speed from the start.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. On the return, here's Jones. Escapes a defender.
Marcus Jones on the return.
Second drive coming up now for the Jets offense. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Taylor gets it on first and 10. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Gave away a couple on the first down run. Now it's going to be 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 22.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's tackled for a short gain. 3rd down, and they need to get 10. Tight end going in motion here. They'll throw. 3rd and long. Has him on the quick hitter. He'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. They have played lights out on offense. Scored their first 2 times out, Brock. A chance to go 3 for 3 and grow that lead here. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards. We'll look at his numbers on the ground from last week here.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. He's going to throw it. That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. He is down to the 30-yard line. That's a good-looking play by the Clemson rookie, and it gets him a first down.
And the Raider first down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Back to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Incomplete. He was defended by Marcus Jones.
Now looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the cut.
Oh my! It's intercepted in the end zone!
Hey, Kate, you know as a quarterback, every decision you make's got a consequence. Some good, some bad. But that one right there, throwing into double coverage, making that decision to force the issue into double coverage in the end zone, that's a consequence that pays dearly.
New York to the line. 1st and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. And 39 now after that explosive start to this drive. Working on 1st down. Connecting on the slant. Oh, he loses the football. And the Raiders get to it. That right there is going to be the spot they take over as they pick up a couple extra yards on the fumble return. Good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Short pass brought in. He gets it up a little shy of midfield. Marcus Jones ranging over for the stop. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Mechanism holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
A loss of 9 on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
3rd and long for him here. He's going deep. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Tempting to perhaps take the yards and run 3rd down again. But they decline it. That's going to bring up 4th down. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. The New York offense ready to get going here. It's 1st and 10. The Jets out to begin another drive. Back to throw on 1st and 10. Finds a man right side. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. We've set it down from 37.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And they were ready for this one. No running room at all. He's taken down behind the line.
When you get that jet sweep to the outside, you have to. You have to get vertical. There is just too much team speed in today's NFL if you don't go north and south.
Offense to the line. Second down. They'll throw it. Makes the grab in bounds left side. Gets it to the 15. And he will take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Jets make it a one-point game. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Now the PAT try coming up. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jets tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Here's a return from the 7. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Raiders have their offense back out there. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. First play is going to be a give to Genty. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Here's a throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
Air it out on 3rd. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Okay, you know I talk to you all the time about these money downs and 3rd downs and the plan you got to have. It's kind of like a manufacturing plant. You've got to manufacture open looks, and that time, the plant was closed.
And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs. Chance here for one final play before the end of our quarter. On the draw, this is Taylor. It'll be a quality gain on the run, and that also brings us to the end of this quarter. This has the makings of a shootout. A lot of points, but still tied as we reach the end of one. Both teams neck and neck so far. 2nd down carry for Taylor. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
3rd down from the gun. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. There'll be a field goal try now for Joshua Carty. It's 44 yards here from the left half.
44-yard attempt.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And they've taken back the lead.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Raiders and running back Ashton Genty headed back out there. The turnover on downs only led to 3. Obviously better than a touchdown, but enough to rattle them a bit as they return to the field.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves.
Genty from the gun. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. New set of downs from 37. To the air now on 1st and 10. Gets everything he has. This is caught inside the 15. He does it. Touchdown. The Raiders just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. splits the uprights.
Makes the score.
And the Raiders take a 4-point lead.
Jets 17.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. On the return, here's Jones. He dodged the tackle. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Now here comes the New York offense. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. And they send him out of bounds as he gets this to the opposing 45. That one hits for 30. And it's good for a New York first down. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory.
First down, Jets.
Taylor now up the middle. Great decision to bounce this outside, Brock. Gets him about 8 yards on the run. It's second down.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
Taylor again. Down the left sideline he goes. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. All set now. First and 10.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
From the red zone on first. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. After the incompletion, they come up on second and 10. They're going play action. This one finds Taylor. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
Gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. Making the call himself. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
First and goal, Jets.
Goal to go. It's a pass play. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. Back to the line they go. It's second down.
And goal at the 11-yard line.
He's going to throw this one. He brings it in. Touchdown, New York. Let's take a second quarter lead. They'll set up here for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jets push their lead to 3.
Roughing the kicker.
Well, you can't do that. Got to avoid hitting the kicker. And because of that, the kickoff will be coming from midfield. On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The Raiders headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. First play of the drive, lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. Second down. Decent gain here, but short of the first. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd.
Looking to throw here. He put everything he had into this one. Brought in inside the 20. And he is down all the way to that 15-yard line. To the line and set. Here we go, first down. They'll toss it. Genty. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. Not in a time crunch just yet, but they're hurrying to the line anyway.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the Jets 16-yard
Going
line.
left side, Bowers has it. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still 3rd down and short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 1.
Dive play straight ahead. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll try and punch it in. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. Second and goal coming up.
Brings up second and goal at the 9-yard line.
Pass play coming here. Hits the slant. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
To Marvin Harrison Jr. A gain of 7 yards. It's now third and
Plenty of points already, partner, as we have reached the 2-minute warning. More from Allegiant Stadium coming up.
Ready up.
Turned away from the goal line on the last snap. Need to make it 1 more yard here on 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Jency. I don't think he got there. Nope, he was not able to make the marker. Will we see them go for it now, Brock, here on 4th down? The Jets take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So they're not going to kick for the tie. They're going for the lead here late on 4th and goal.
Hello.
He's keeping it. He's going for it. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Raiders get some late points and the lead. Little tacks on extra points. And the Raiders take a 4-point lead.
The score, Raiders 28, Jets 24. Cam Little to kick off.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. On the return, here's Jones. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Airing it out to start this drive. Brought in right side. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. Jets moving quickly, trying to get the offense set.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Jets.
To throw here on first down. Well, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. That is Nick Emanwari. And the Raiders are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
They'll throw to start the drive. And this one is launched downfield. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We get 2nd down.
Azarie Thomas on the coverage.
Back to throw. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
10 yards to go.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
So here comes the kicking unit. I cannot believe they're going to try for this one. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. He goes right corner pocket there, but does get it to go through from deep. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
You know he was lobbying for his chance to try that kick, and look at what he was able to do. That is a new record. The longest kick ever made on an NFL field. And it really took perfection, Kate, across the board. The snap, the hold, and he hit that ball perfectly to take the record.
The Jets have their offense ready to go again. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Malachi Starks. And the Raiders are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays, discussing them, and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
Shoots away from one. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Complete to Ashton Genty.
Third and a lone yard coming up.
Gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Giving this to Genty. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
And the Raider first down. 1st and 10.
They're going play fake with Penix. Throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line.
His pass complete to number 86.
This is Genty on second. And they haul him down after a gain of a couple. Leaves them in need of one more yard here on 3rd down.
The tackle made.
Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it 40 yards to reset the downs.
3rd and 1.
Going power with a big tight end. And he hauls it across for the Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders will add to their lead at the end of the half. Little able to connect on the point after. And the Raiders double their lead to 14.
38. Jets 24. Cam Little to kick
All
off.
set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. On the return, here's Jones. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
On the return. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. Timeout is called, just 4 seconds, and we would assume, Brock, 1 play remaining in this half. One final shot before the half. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. His final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Week 1 was full of surprises, full of intrigue, and a lot of firsts for the young players. What will Week 2 bring? Let's dive in. Our trip through the NFL starts now. At Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, we find the Falcons.
Cam Little to kick off.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. On the return, here's Jones. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Jets returning their offense and this running back to the field. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half too as they chase this lead. Jets getting ready for this 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Second down pass play coming. Finds the in route complete. And he's going to be just 1 step away from that first down. They haul him down to the 31.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and
Gonna keep this one and go. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain. 1st and 10 from the 32. Motion the tight end over. This time he's looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
a loss of 7 yards. It's 2nd down.
Dropping back to throw. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play. And you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
They're drawing up for him. It's a gain of 5, but they still need a bunch here on 4th down.
You know, gains that seem a little tougher to get against the front, gosh, this QB just makes routine. Such effortless running to pick up a handful on that designed run.
Punting unit out now. Takes this in at the 25. It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. They give up the guts. It's Genty. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Has him on the quick hitter. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. This is the type of performance a former quarterback, just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game, even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down. None of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing us.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Penix. Bails out of the pocket quick. Knocked away. That's going to be incomplete. Defender there. That brings up 2nd down.
Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he's able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
Straight ahead with Genty. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And that is a touchdown. The Raiders push their lead further to start the half. Little tacks on the extra point. And the Raiders stretch their lead to 21.
Raiders 45, Jets 24. Cam Little to kick off.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Jets offense now set to take over. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the 3rd. New York to the line. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Taylor. And he cuts it back right. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8.
That's good for a Jets 1st down. 1st and goal, New York.
They go again with Taylor. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. Here's 2nd and goal from the 6.
A pickup for 2. Brings up 2nd and
Running back sent in motion. Back on 2nd and goal. Has it down close. And he has the New York touchdown. The Jets shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. A 2nd touchdown through the air for him, Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. The Raiders and running back Ashton Genty headed back out there. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this second half.
On the ready.
Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. First play is going to be a give to Genty. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play. But it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3-and-out.
Throw right side, hauled in by Harrison. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
To Marvin Harrison Jr.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Penix working from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. That's a Vegas first down. Throwing Penix. All in left side. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
And again, it's Penix. It's a screen play to Genty. Oh, he put him in the spin cycle. And he's right near that first down marker as the stop is made at the 48. 3rd and a lone yard coming up.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Sending him on the dive. And he's brought down after a solid gain on what's going to be the final play of the quarter. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's the Raiders up by multiple touchdowns, and they've got the football. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
Let's go now.
Play action. Here's Penix. Rolling out to his left. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Play fake. Penix. Flushed out of the pocket. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. On the 24 once again. It's 2nd and 10. And off to Genty. And this is going to get them all the way to the red zone. He's taken down at the 13-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Raider first down.
Another give here to Genty. And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders have likely locked up the win right there. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
On is Little for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders stretch their lead to 21.
52. Jets 31. Cam Little to kick off.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And the turnovers, Brock, a big reason they played themselves out of this one. Hopefully they can keep it clean here, if nothing else.
Yeah, well, this drive isn't putting into this game maybe anymore, Kate. This drive is for next week. They just want something positive here to end the game and carry forward into the practices ahead.
And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. He brings up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
They're throwing it. That's going to be caught by his back. Taylor. And he's out of bounds behind the lines. And that's going to add a couple yards on to this 3rd down.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Third and long for him here. Into traffic, complete! And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40.
A gain of 15. And the Jets first down.
Design quarterback run here. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5.
And that's a pretty modest pickup for a QB keeper. On a traditional handoff, you'll take that yardage, but those QB keepers, so many times, they're really designed, Kate, for chunk plays in my double digits, and they nearly got it there.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
Setting up to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now following the play, we see the medical staff hurrying out for an injured Raider. Here he goes. Gotta have this on 4th down. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
Incomplete.
From the 40-yard line now. This is 1st and 10.
Turnover on downs.
This is Genty. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. And he is brought down just 5 yards from the end zone. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Well, tight end gets it again. They are leaning on him big time in this one. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
Come on. 60 in.
They give it to him up the middle. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Raiders keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. Little able to connect on the point after. And the Raiders continue piling on to this lead.
59, Jets 31. Cam Little to kick off.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And scoring hasn't been the issue for him, Brock, but it has been impossible to hold pace with the offense on the other side of this football field.
And we know they can't get this all back in one play, but they better do it with a sense of urgency.
Short pass brought in. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Complete to number
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 36-yard
In the air here. Finds him over the middle. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Jets trying to do some window dressing. 1st and 10 now from the 46. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He'll try and run this.
Kid, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass, it was a scramble. But it nets the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
44-yard line.
This might be a free play for him. Outside, this is caught by Taylor. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. Putting the tight end in motion. they're going to throw out of the gun. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Complete to number 84.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
From the gun, Taylor. And that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Raiders with an extra DB out there, 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go.
They kick the running back in motion. They'll throw, 3rd and long. Still on it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
A loss of 5 yards. And it's 4th down.
They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And again, they drop the interception. This time it's a good thing, though. Much better field position without it, thanks to the turnover on downs. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Brought down at his 49-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Back to the well again. And he's down. It looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line.
That's good.
They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
The Black Hole can take that party over to the Vegas Strip as the Raiders win at home.